Hi guys, welcome to the Soulful Sell, building trust before the transaction. I'm super happy you guys signed up to join me. Um, we're going to talk today about selling with soul, from your heart, and how to connect. I had put a poll in the community asking you guys what you needed, what you wanted, and some of you mentioned how to connect with your clients. So that is exactly what we're going to do. All right, before we get into it, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Cassandra de Mercedes, aka the Boss Babe Millionaire. I chose that username, you guys, for a very specific reason. I'm a huge believer in the fact that we put out there what we want to create for our lives. Hence the username, the Boss Babe Millionaire. You guys are a part of my Boss Babe Millionaires Club community, so you all get it, okay? Put out there what you want to create. That's how you do it. That's how you manifest. So a little bit of my backstory, how I ended up here. I'm an international Latin dancer, professional dancer, choreographer, competitor, coach, all of that. And back in late 2019, 2020, and 21, we all know what was going on during that time. We were in the throes of COVID. Unfortunately, our governor forcefully shut down my business, my dance company. I couldn't do classes. I couldn't travel and teach and perform every weekend like I normally did. Congresses and festivals were shut down. And doing online classes, we did try that, but it's not the same as being in a studio with other people, with your instructor, with your people. So it didn't go over very well doing classes online. Soulful selling, that's different online. Dance classes, that's a whole nother animal. But needless to say, I lost my income, all of it, 100% of my income. That, of course, sent me into a panic, but it also made me realize I needed more streams of income. Notice that I said not one stream, but streams, plural. And that is what started my journey into having online businesses and into digital marketing. That was a super, super hard time in my life, but at the same time, I'm grateful for it because it led me to this. I'm pretty sure those of you that are out there, many of you probably went through a lot of the same thing. Maybe not with a dance company, maybe so, but having businesses closed, losing all your income, and just being in a state of absolute panic during COVID. Most of the world was. It certainly wasn't just us. But that is what led me to having online businesses and, of course, to digital marketing. So with regard to that, I am grateful that we went through that because it led me here. So anyway, all right, we're going to get started. So the Soulful Sell, you guys know that for those of you that are already in digital marketing, you know that Michelle talks a lot about connecting with your perfect customer. Okay, for those of you that are not yet in digital marketing, don't worry, you're going to learn about it as we go. Not just in this video, but other trainings going forward. So when you're selling anything, there's this kind of stereotype that selling is so sleazy. Have you ever been to a furniture store, Ashley Furniture to be specific? My husband and I go in there every once in a while, and I love their things. They've got some really pretty things and they're reasonable, but it's just an icky feeling because you walk in the door and it's like, whoo, it's like flies to honey. You are surrounded by salespeople. And I know they're doing their job. I know they're being friendly. I know they're doing what they need to do. They're at work. They're trying to make a sale. I get that. But they don't know you. You don't know them. And it's clear that all they want is to sell you something. And that is not a good feeling. I don't know about you guys, but I hate, hate, hate shopping for cars. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. You are just swarmed by salespeople, and that is such an uncomfortable feeling. How many of you that are in digital marketing already get DMs from people trying to sell you something? Those messages are so clear and creepy as hell, you guys. Don't be DMing people. That is just so creepy. Those messages that say, hi, how are you? How's your day going? How long have you been doing digital marketing? Number one, you don't know that person that you're messaging. So they're not going to respond to your message like you think that they will. When I get those messages, I just have such a yucky, sleazy feeling. It's just yuck. DMs is not the way to build connection. Unfortunately, a lot of people teach that it is. I personally don't believe that. That's not my style. It's clear that that person is trying to connect with you, but they're missing the boat. They're missing the bullseye. They're trying, but they're going about it in a kind of sleazy, sneaky way. And it just doesn't feel positive. It doesn't feel good. I would never do business with somebody that does that because they're not connecting with you. They're trying, but they're not going about it the right way. And so it comes across sleazy, it comes across sneaky, and it's actually deceitful. I think it's deceitful. I don't care for the DM method. Anyway, the feeling that I get when I get those DMs is not positive. And that is not how I would go about building connection with somebody. Have you ever had somebody in your inner circle, not just your digital marketing inner circle, but your inner circle in life, start a small business and they are so excited about what they're doing that you just are like, oh my God, I have to support this person. I just want to support them. I want to support them in their journey. I want to do what I can to see them succeed. And you just feel moved because you feel a connection with them. It could be a lipstick. It could be, I don't know, it could be cleaning solution. Whatever it is, if they are excited about it and they connect with you, that is what builds connection. That is what builds a feeling of, oh my God, how do I not support this person? They're so passionate about this. That is the way to go about connecting with people. And it doesn't matter what you're promoting. You could be promoting your international Latin dance company. You could be promoting your digital marketing business. You could be promoting a digital marketing program like Legacy Builder. Okay, you could be promoting a community. You could be even promoting, I don't know, doggy sitting services. Jess, that one's for you. You could be promoting puppy dog walking services or baby dog babysitting. You could be promoting any kind of business or any kind of product. It doesn't have to be digital marketing. But the key is connection. Okay. So without further ado, I have put together a PDF that will be with this replay in the Insider's Inner Circle, which is my original OGs of the community are in that program. And then those of you that have purchased that training, you will have access to this as well. And this PDF will be in there. So I'm going to flip my screen real quick and I'm going to jump onto my PDF. All right. So we're going to talk about the Soulful Sell, building trust before the transaction. Okay. How to truly connect with your audience, how to attract dream clients with ease and effortlessly. Okay. So my Boss Babe Millionaires, let's talk about connection. In this business, you guys, it's not about chasing sales. We don't do that. We shouldn't be doing that. If you are, you need to stop because you need to switch to attraction marketing. And you can ask me about that in the community or in a DM. But attraction marketing is what you want to do. That is where you attract your customers to you. And that is with your passion, with your passion about what you're doing, about what you're promoting, about what you're experiencing or what you're learning. Okay. Because we don't chase sales. That's for Ashley Furniture. That's for car salesmen. Okay. Sorry if you're a car salesman or work at Ashley Furniture. No offense intended. But it's about becoming the woman who makes people feel seen, who makes people feel safe and inspired the second they land on your page. You want people to feel comfortable with you. You want people to feel like, oh my God, how did she know that that's what I was feeling? How did she know that that's what I had been through? How does she know me? That is what you want women to feel, or people, if you have men in your business as well. You want them to feel inspired the moment they land on your website, your page, your TikTok, your Instagram, your Reels, whatever it is. You want people to feel safe. You want them to feel seen, and you want them to feel inspired. Like, oh my gosh, how did she do that? I want to do that. Okay. So I have put together 5 powerful points I want you to start weaving into your content, into your lives, and into your captions, your conversations, so that people will say, oh my God, how is she speaking directly to me? How does she know what I need? Okay. All right. So here we go. Number 1, I'm going to be reading from my my PDF, and you'll have access to this PDF in the insiders inner circle. Okay. So point number 1, this is one way that you can connect with other people in your content. Okay. It can be written, it can be video, it can be TikTok reels. TikTok videos, Instagram reels. It can even be in your captions. Okay. Point number 1, you are not lazy. You're exhausted from just surviving. Who can't relate to that? Everybody in the world can relate to that. Everybody is trying to move forward. Everybody is trying to survive, especially in the world we live in today. Most people are working 2 jobs, spinning their wheels, and they still don't have enough money at the end of the month to make ends meet. So that is an excellent way to connect with people, because everybody is experiencing that. Well, I shouldn't say everybody, but a lot of people. Okay. You're not lazy. You're just exhausted from trying to survive. Who cannot relate to that? Okay. How you're going to use that? You're going to use it in a live. You could use it in a reel, in your stories, when you're talking about being burned out, when you're talking about living the paycheck to paycheck lifestyle and trying to get out of that, whether you're talking about creating your dream life because you don't want to be in this rat race anymore. Okay. Remind them that they are not the problem. The system is. This makes them exhale and think, oh my God, she gets me. She gets what I'm going through. How does she know? How is she speaking right to me? Okay. But reality, who hasn't been there? We've all been in that situation. Some are still in that situation and working their way out of it. Some are in that situation and don't see a way out of it. That's where we come in. Okay. So here's an example. Baby, if you've ever felt like you just can't give, you just can't push anymore, I need you to know you're not lazy. You're just tired from surviving. I see you, mama. And I built this business model so that we can thrive. How would you feel if you saw that in a video? How would you feel if you saw that in a reel? Okay. I just want to check and make sure we don't have anybody waiting to get in. Okay. 1 second. Let me open this up. So bear with me. I'm kind of jumping back and forth between screens. Okay. Guys, that is a powerful way to connect with people because everybody has been there. Everybody. A lot of people are still there. Okay. So using that in a reel, using it in a TikTok video, even using it in captions, because everybody feels like they're going, and sometimes just walking on a treadmill, not getting anywhere, yet they're working their asses off. Okay. That's a great way to connect with people. It shows them that you understand them, and it does make you feel like, oh my God, how does she get me? Okay. That's number one. All right. Number two, you're wildly capable. You just need a system, not more stress. That's a powerful statement. How you're going to use that. You're going to drop this into content when you're explaining the simplicity of your offer or your process. Let them feel the relief. Let them feel like, oh my God, I can do this. She sees me. Help them to understand that having an organized system gives clarity on what to do, how to do it, and how it can directly help their clients. Okay? You're wildly capable. You just need a system, not more stress. When you're trying to do a business, any kind of business on your own with no support, you are losing a lot of time because you are trying to figure out what to do, how to do it, and how it will help your clients, your customers, your students, when you're not even completely sure of the process yourself. You work through it and the light bulb comes on. But in the beginning, you have to get from A to B. You yourself needed a system to be here. You needed a system when you started your digital marketing business, when you started your offer, when you started your processes. You had a system and you followed it. That is what helped you to create your system, your offer. Okay, here's an example of how you're going to use this. Girl, you're not missing motivation. You're missing a system. That's why I don't give my clients more tasks. I give them less overwhelm and more automation. Okay, let me repeat that. You're not missing motivation, mama. You're missing a system. That's why I don't give my clients more tasks. I give them less overwhelm and more automations. Somebody who's stressed, trying to do it on their own, whatever that it is going to stop and listen to you because they're overwhelmed, because they're constantly trying to get questions answered, but they don't even know where to go to do that. So when you bring them a system of automations that, number one, does the work for them, number two, keeps that connection once it's made for them, you take the stress away from your clients. That is what people are looking for. People don't want a to-do list. They don't even want more information. They need relief from the stress. Showing them how automations can change their lives is huge in an online business. And you can really even use this in other businesses that are not online because they can use these tools in their promotion. Okay, you're wildly capable. You just need a system and not more stress. That right there speaks to somebody, and it shows that you understand where they are. You understand that they're stressed, they're overwhelmed. They can't add another thing to their plate. They can't add another to do. You can't add another list to your list. It shows that you're listening, that you see them, that you've been there, you understand how they feel. That is powerful. This is a fabulous way to connect. Show them that you understand what they're going through. Okay? That's number 2. Number 3, and these are all different ways that you can connect with your clients or potential clients. Okay? Point number 3. If your current life doesn't match your dream life, girl, that's not your failure. It's your calling. Okay, let me repeat that. If your current life doesn't match your dream life, that's not a failure. It's your calling. Now, how do you feel when you hear that statement? Excited? Relief? Happy? Like, oh my God, I'm so happy I'm not failing. Oh, you're right. That is my passion. That is my calling. How do you feel when I said that to you? All right. How to use this. This one you're going to use during transformation posts or when telling your story. You're going to use this when you're explaining a transformation to someone. Because remember, people are not looking for products. They're looking for transformation. Show that discomfort is a nudge from the divine to step out of your comfort zone and start creating your dream life because you are supported. This is the transformation. This is you inspiring them to take action. It's you inspiring them to step out of that comfort zone, which so many of us want to stay right here in this little box because this is where it's safe. But that is not where dreams become reality. Your dreams become reality out here. You've got to get your people out here. But you also have to let them know that it's safe, that they're supported, they're not alone. Okay? Share with them that discomfort of stepping out of that zone, that safe zone, comfort zone, is a nudge from the divine. It's a nudge to start creating your dream life step by step. You may not know, you probably don't know what the steps are. But once you take the first one, the second one comes to you. Then once you take the second one, the third one comes to you. How do you think I'm here doing this webinar? Guys, 6 months ago, I had no intention to be doing webinars. This was not even on my radar. Yet here I am. I had my digital marketing business at that time. I didn't have my online community for my digital marketing business and creating your dream life business. I didn't have webinars talking about these things, but look now, we've got guests coming in every single week in my community to help you guys build whatever it is you want to build. Whether or not it's a digital marketing business, it doesn't have to be. It can be, but it doesn't have to be. But never in a million years did I think I would be doing webinars like this. Yet here I am. All of these steps led to me being right here, right now. This is how it happens. Like Michelle always talks in her trainings. And again, for those of you that are not in Legacy Builder, that is the woman who created Legacy Builder. We do training with her every single day. But one of the things that she says all the time is just take action. Take action, because the first action will lead you to the next one, and that will lead you to the next one. You don't have to know what the steps are. It's like a choreography. I can start with a song or an idea, a concept of a choreography I want to do. I start with one 8-count phrase. Oops, sorry, my baby dog is here and she wants to go down on her little bed. All right. I can start with an 8-count phrase. I probably don't have any idea what comes before or after that 8-count phrase. But once I take the action to create the choreography, it takes on a life of its own. Guys, this is your choreography. This right here is your choreography. I had no idea I would be doing webinars, but here I am because the steps led me here. Okay, this is your choreography. And when you can convey that to your clients, your potential clients, that you don't have to know it all. Take action. When you can speak to them with your experience, because you've been there, you've done that, you're following this choreography, this steps, they will be able to relate to that because you started where they are. Share that with them. That is what people need to feel. They need to feel seen. And sorry, I've got baby dog hair in my face. They need to feel seen and they need to feel heard, especially in this world. Okay? Here's an example of how you could use this in your content. I remember staring at my banking app thinking, this can't be it. This can't be it. And it wasn't. That tension you feel, it's not a breakdown. It's a breakthrough waiting to happen. This is what you can use in your content. If you saw that in a video, how would you feel? Even though I already do digital marketing, that would stop my scroll because I would feel understood. I would feel like, wow, somebody else understands how I feel. Somebody understands what I'm going through. Okay. I remember staring at my banking app thinking, this cannot be it. And it wasn't. That tension you feel, it's not a breakdown, girl. It's a breakthrough waiting to happen. That to me would create a sense of hope. That to me would create a vision of going from where you are right now to the first step in creating whatever it is you're creating in your dream life, your dream business, your dream community. Okay? These are all wonderful ways to connect with people because you're sharing with them where you've come from and where they are so they can see the transformation from A to B. Powerful, powerful. I'm going to just go again and make sure that we don't have anybody, pardon me, wanting to jump in. Okay. Back to our presentation. All right. So that was number 3. Okay. Number 4. I love this one. I love this one. I think this one might be my favorite because I'm not satisfied with good. I want spectacular. I want it all. I want mother freaking spectacular. So this one speaks to me. Okay. I might be a little extra and that's okay. All right. Point number 4. Girl, you're not here for just enough. You're here to glow, grow, and overflow. You're here to live. And oh my God, how did she freaking do that kind of life? That speaks to me. If it speaks to me, I know it speaks to some of you. Okay. If you are like me and you want spectacular, you want magic, you want the whole shebang, that's the kind of phrase that's going to speak to you no matter where you're starting out from. Okay. You're not here for just enough. You're here to glow, grow, and overflow. You're here to live. And oh my God, how did she freaking do that kind of life? That is powerful. Okay. How you're going to use that statement. This one, you're going to use this to empower your audience to want more without feeling guilt and shame. It's like it gives them permission to want more, especially women. We have been brainwashed by society, not knowingly and not in a mean way, but it has happened. Women have been brainwashed to feel bad about wanting more. We have been brainwashed to feel like, oh, well, I don't need a Mercedes. I'm good with my Toyota. Or I don't need that Louis Vuitton bag. I'm good with my TikTok shop bag. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing with a TikTok shop bag. There's a lot of super cute ones on there, but you get my drift, okay? Whatever it is that you want, if it's to be a millionaire, which is my goal, I'm putting it out there because I'm creating that. Am I there right now? No, but I will be, okay? Put what you want out there and do not feel guilty about it. Whatever it is that you want for your life, those things have been given to you in your soul, your heart, your desires, because you're meant to have them. Okay, remember that. We're going to talk about that on Wednesday in the webinar. So you are not here for just enough. You're here to glow, grow, and overflow. You're here to live. And oh my God, how did she freaking do that kind of life? You're going to empower your audience, your potential customers, to want more for themselves in their lives without feeling guilt or shame, which is so common among women. It's like it gives them permission. Okay, here's an example of how you're going to put this into content. Okay, girl, you were never meant to settle for survival. You're meant to glow, grow, and overflow, and you were meant to live. And oh my God, how did she do that kind of life? And that starts when you decide, the moment you decide, you're going to stop playing small. If you're scrolling on TikTok, how are you going to feel if somebody is speaking that phrase? For me, if I scrolled past, I'm going to back up because I'm going to be like, whoa, wait a minute. She's talking about me. She's talking about the spectacular that I want. She's giving me permission that I can have whatever I want without feeling shame, without feeling guilt, without feeling greedy. That will stop someone's scroll. Okay? You are never meant to settle for survival. You're meant to glow, grow, and overflow, baby. You were meant to have an, oh my God, how did she freaking do that kind of life? And that starts the moment you decide you're going to stop playing small. Okay? These are awesome. I just love these. I just love this subject. Okay? Do you feel like you would connect with somebody who's saying these things? Of course you would. And you're not just saying them because they're words on a PDF. You're saying them because you're coming from here. You're speaking from your soul. You're speaking from your heart. Guys, when people see that you're sincere and you've been there, you understand how they feel. You're speaking directly to them. That is attraction marketing because you are able to move them and it gives them a sense of, I'm not alone. She understands me. She's speaking right to me. That's powerful. And when you connect with people on that level, they will purchase whatever you are providing. Whatever you are offering, they will purchase it. Okay? That's not the only goal. You want to bring them into your business so that you can help them change their lives, change their situation, change their money thoughts. Of course, making money is one of the goals, yes, and that will come. But when you focus on helping people, that's when your business explodes. Okay. All right. And last but not least, this speaks to exactly what I just mentioned, helping people. Okay. I don't want you to just make money. I want you to make moves, memories, and magic. I don't want you to just make money. I want you to make moves, memories, and magic. This speaks to helping them. It speaks to helping them change their situation, change their lives, change their money, change their whatever it is. Okay, how you're going to use this. This right here is your brand energy, your brand vibe. Okay, say it loud and say it often. Speak into the why of what you do. This is your vibe. This is your brand vibe. I don't want you just to make money. I want you to make moves, make memories, and make magic. That would stop my scroll. It speaks to wanting to help them. Okay. Here's an example of that. Girl, this business isn't about just income. It's about impact. I want you making memories, not missing moments. I want you choosing freedom and financial overflow to live life on your terms. That speaks to probably everyone. It doesn't matter if it's your perfect customer or not. That statement is a blanket statement, and yes, it will speak to everyone. Is that your goal? No, you want to be speaking to your perfect audience, but because everybody has been in a situation where they're not where they want to be, and you are wanting to help them change that. Of course, that speaks to everybody. This business isn't about income. It's about impact. I want you making memories, not missing moments. I want you choosing freedom and financial overflow. That will stop someone's scroll. It's a connection because you understand that they want those things. They want to be able to make memories. They want to be able to not miss moments with loved ones or doing things that they love in life, creating memories. They want freedom. And of course, they want financial overflow. But this statement is connecting with them, understanding that those are the things that you want, or that they want. I'm sorry. You understand that those are the things that they want, and you are going to be able to help them get there. It makes an impact on people. It leaves an impact. These are statements that will connect on a deep level with people, whether it's an Instagram reel, a TikTok video, in your captions, whatever it is. Okay. All right. And one second here. I wanted to leave you with a pro tip. Okay. And again, this is all in the PDF, and this video and the PDF will be uploaded into the Insider's Inner Circle. All right. Pro tip. You don't just post features. You want to post feelings. Feelings connect with other people. The fortune is in the emotional connection. If your content makes her feel understood, feel that she is seen, feel that she is heard, and you've been there, she will trust you to guide her. And when this happens, voila, mama, you have a client for life. You will have a client for life. Okay? Guys, I hope this has been impactful. I hope that this has connected with you. I hope that this will help you connect with your audience. And I want to leave you with one note. Do everything from your heart with love, with passion, and with genuinely wanting, excuse me, to help people and watch your business and theirs explode with success. Guys, I am so grateful to be able to do this. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to upload this shortly, and I hope that this was helpful. I hope you learned something, and I hope that we were able to connect, and this will help you connect with your clients. All right, if you have any questions once you watch this video or read the PDF, send me a message in the community, okay? Or send me a DM. All right, love you, love you.